Fire Pro Wrestling returns, available on the PlayStation Network. If you've not bought this yet and you're sort of on the fence and you're wondering, it looks good, people say it's good, but I don't know myself what it's about, well, hopefully I'm going to try and shed some light on this Bible of a game for wrestling fans. The main selling point of Fire Pro Wrestling is its edit slots. Basically, people share their save games and they have literally 500 wrestlers that they have made, and people can share these wrestlers. Because the game's so diverse in its creation tools, you can have literally stacks of wrestlers from WCW, whatever you want, even Japan, jobbers, anything you desire. If someone's made it, you can play it and have all of your dream matches and whatever else. I have a save game loaded on here, and I'm just going to scroll through. Pictures say 1,000 words. There is absolutely shitloads, and this is just on my particular save, which is one of, I don't want to say thousands, but just hundreds upon hundreds. This is a very WWE oriented one, as you can clearly see, just scrolling through. Now, you might think that's all well and good, they just look like shitty little 2D little games from the Mega Drive days. Well, not only that, create a wrestler mode on this game. You can also create the logic of the AI, the artificial intelligence, meaning, for instance, if you had a match between Mankind and, let's say, Jeff Hardy, if you put those two together in an AI match, they are going to wrestle exactly the same as how they would in real life. So Mick Foley's going to, he ain't going to care about winning necessarily. He's going to want to do spots, and he doesn't care about his health. And also Jeff Hardy's going to be high flying, and well, there it is. So every one of these edits is going to act like they should. Look, you've even got a bloody slot for the Spirit Squad, for God's sake. So yeah, absolutely shit ton of wrestlers. And also, what a lot of people like to do with this game is, rather than play the actual game themselves, they like to what they call simming, which is basically watching the AI go at it. And now again, you might be thinking, well, why am I going to want to do that? Well, because the AI is literally so, I don't want to say advanced, but it's so realistic in terms of how a match flows. Now, I like to think I've put AI in AI. Oh yeah, I have. So I'm not actually playing this match. So, like I said, this game is originally a Japanese game, and the wrestling is how a Japanese Puro match would play out. But it starts off slow and it gets a bit more, you start seeing suplexes and stuff, then you move on to the big moves and the finishes and stuff. And people just sit down and watch the matches play out. They create e-feds and you can do tournaments and stuff. And I must say, even I'm a fan of just watching the matches because it just plays out so well. If you're used to SmackDown and all of the like on the PlayStation and Xbox, you're just going to be sort of blown away by the capabilities of the AI, because, like I said, they are literally how the wrestlers are in real life. So, yeah, you've certainly got enough people to choose from. I do believe, actually, I've heard stories of they was controlling, let's say Stone Cold, and they was against Cena, and they was trying to beat him up with stunners and everything else. Then all of a sudden, Cena just knocked the player down and did the 5 moves of doom and got the free count. So it's clearly realistic. So yeah, it's if you're sort of wondering and you're on the fence, for $9.99 on the PlayStation Network, you're laughing really. Dependent on the save state you get, obviously, because there's so many to download from. And also, I forgot to mention, really, the main point of Fire Pro being on the PlayStation Network is, before, to fuck around with these save slots, you had to use an action replay or even fart around with programs for the PS2 emulators. The amazing thing being on the PlayStation Network is you can just download a zip file or a RAR file, whatever you like to call it, and put it on a USB stick, stick it in your PlayStation, go to the USB stick on the PlayStation and just copy over the save, and there it is. Incredibly, you have the save state in the game. No mucking around, no farting around. That's exactly it. So another fantastic benefit, which is going to be great for the creator wrestler community. Another thing, much like creating arena in SmackDown games, you've got a logo creator in this game. It was doing it before THQ was, so again, people can make like WrestleMania logos and edit your rings and stuff in this game. So like I said before, people also make the wrestlers, but they also make the rings and stuff, the logos, the rings, because you can customise that as well. Oh yeah, this has been doing that before SmackDown has. So there's a lot of creation available for this. If you're playing it yourself rather than simming, you can adjust the level of the AI skill, basically. A number from 1 to 10. Obviously 1 being the easiest, 10 being the hardest. I would say if you've got this game and you never played it before, definitely stick it on 1. Because it's not a button mashing game. You have to. It's hard for me to describe it while simming, but you have to. When the wrestlers grapple, if you observe how they are grappling in, well, right here, you have to press it. You've got 3 buttons. I'm not going to explain it without doing it myself, but you've got 3 types of grapple. You've got, for square, it's like quick grapples, X is medium grapples, and circle is like big finishing moves. As soon as you grapple, you've got to hit square and a directional button. You can't just mash it and hope for the best. It's you have to play it to sort of understand it, but once you get the feel for it, you have these lovely flowing matches, and there's no reversals or anything. There's no reversal buttons, sorry, there are reversals in the game, but it's all flowing. You have to see it to believe it, sort of thing. But yeah, it's a very complex game. I've sort of observed a few people in recent threads on forums saying that it's been on the PlayStation Network. Like people that have never heard or have never played it have sort of said, well, am I going to want this 2D shit, this arcade piece of shit? But it's a multifaceted, I call it the Bible of wrestling games. It looks silly, I suppose, if you're a modern day gamer, but oh mate, there's so much stuff going on underneath the hood, so to speak. It just blows you away. It's sort of one of them games. It's SmackDown fans like to say, oh yeah, here comes the pain was the best. With this game, you sort of always come back to it. Although you might get spits and spurts of playing it, it never lets you down, sort of thing. You can always refer back to it, which is why I call it the Bible of wrestling games. It's fantastic. It really is. I know I'm bigging it up and stuff, but even just like I said, this is why people love simming matches, because you can just sit down and watch it and be amazed sometimes. Sometimes it can be a bit hokey. All of these edits are made by people, so if they've coded it a bit wrong or put the wrong moves on, for instance, then obviously it might be a bit hokey-cokey. But for the most part, people put a lot of hours into their creations. Oh, critical! Oh, get rid of him! Hey, look at that! Damn, nice one, Cena. So look, you've just had a realistic finish in front of your eyes. If you was wondering what that critical stuff was, that basically means they've been knocked out, which is incredibly rare, actually. So it's amazing that you saw that straight away. But yeah, let me just go through some menus. Sorry to bore you to death, but the actual game, you've got exhibition mode, you've got a few matches to choose from. There's no actual like universe mode or story mode. Sorry, I was just taking a sip of drink. There's no story mode or anything, but you can sort of book your own events and stuff. I'm not sure how that works. You can battle royal. You've even got like barbed wire silly matches and stuff, which is quite fun to play. You can make your own titles. You can have title matches. Let me just go into the options. As you can see, you've got normal match, cage match, barbed wire. You've even got cage fighting, actually. It's called gruesome fighting in this game. So this is the actual match setup screen, which allows you to create a few presets, so to speak. This is where you change it to computer. So if you like to sim, I'm I won't do me playing, because I'm going to be stumbling over my words. So over the rope you can just see the little options and stuff, time limit, ring and stuff, smackdown. This is my particular save, it's not got many. USA done, you know, you can choose this stuff. There's the AI skill I was talking about. Speed of the game. Actually, a good one to mention actually is about the referees. All of these referees have their own attributes. So you might have a friendly referee that quickly counts, or doesn't mind you using weapons and stuff. So yeah, there's a few little good bits here. You can change the rate of criticals or knockout moves. I like to put it on low because I think a criticals is a nice treat to experience. And funny enough, you just experienced it. So yeah, I think I've sort of covered everything. On my PlayStation 3 actually, I've got a save where it has WWE, Impact, Ring of Honor, WWF Attitude Wrestlers. So to fire that up on the PlayStation, just have totally random matches. So I could have Ludwig Borger versus Nails if I wanted to. So you literally would not want anything else. I know it's not like a modern day WWE game where you've got gimmick matches and elimination chambers and amazing graphics, but if you're a gameplay buff, oh mate, this is really for you. There's just shitloads of stuff, and this is just one of many save games that you can get. So stop fucking around. You've spent $9.99 on much worse things. So get it done. Stop cunting around. And if you're a Japanese fan, you'll love it even more. Look at this, Dragon Gate. I don't even know who half of these are. There's old Taka Michinoku there. Look at him. Whee. Randy Orton, see? Randy Orton versus bloody Mr. Kaientai. Incredible. So what are you waiting for? Stop fucking around. Go download it and enjoy. Thank you for watching, and see you in another LP video.